Hey, what's up everybody? Esam here bringing you another video. This one going to be my tournament wrap-up for Genesis 5. I know it's a little late, but I went from Genesis directly to EVO Japan for like a week and a half, and then I've been dead since then in terms of wanting to record anything. So here I am, and we are going to get into it. So Genesis 5 was obviously a tournament in NorCal, the first big tournament of the season, and I did pretty well. As a quick recap, I got 2nd in doubles with MVD and 7th in singles, so I top 8'd, beating someone that I had not beat before. But anyway, let us get into it. So obviously over here, I will have the timestamps for doubles and singles, so if you want to just skip doubles, go to singles, or go to whatever, please feel free to do that. Or like this is the general tournament experience, because I'll also have that at the very end. So first off, I'm gonna go over doubles. So doubles, our round 1 was weird. They won to get to us and then like left and like didn't show up again. So they got DQ'd immediately. So our first round was actually our next to last game of the pool against, it was like a Fox Luigi team or something like that. I remember there was a Fox and I was like, damn, these guys are really good for our round 1, because it was like really close. I think it was like a high percent 3-stock, high percent 3-stock, like both games. For a round 1, that's incredibly close. Normally me and MVD will just 6-stock people. So that was really close, but it was a 2-0. And then after that we played against Sean and Villain. Sean the NorCal Diddy, and Villain I believe played Meta Knight against us, or Cloud, I don't remember. But I know he played both. So that's who we played, and we also 2-0'd them. Again, pretty close, but not like super close, just close enough. And that put us into top 32, where we immediately had to play against Supergirl, Kells, and the Black Twins. And me and MVD both kind of have a Sonic problem, especially in doubles, because in doubles, we can't just camp and kind of just like bait things out from the Sonic. It's like, okay, well if you're camping, we're gonna hit your teammate, but then Sonic just disrupts and does everything. And Supergirl Kells, obviously an amazing player. Black Twin's a very awkward Cloud to fight, which is very interesting. So he did very well versus us. We won game 1. I don't remember how close game 1 was. I remember game 2, they kind of smacked us. I think it was like a low percent 3-stock or something like that. And then game 3, we started off, actually, we were losing. They both took our first stocks first. And we were like, damn, we have to do something. So we started slowly bringing it back. And then MVD got like a really clutch finishing touch at the end, a double finishing touch actually, that I got like a forward throw, and it was like late finishing touch, someone air dodged, the hit lag extended something, and so he hit the original person with the finishing touch. So that was actually really lucky. We were at that point, I think, losing, because I think I was at high percent or he was at high percent, one of us, and so it definitely could have gone to a 2v1 and then lost, but we clutched it out and we won 2-1 to advance into winners quarterfinals, where we had to play against Karna and Wispy, because the doubles bracket was weird because a lot of people obviously didn't show up to Genesis because they were sick. And then we were also on the same side as Tweak and Salem, but Tweak obviously didn't show up Friday, which I don't know why he signed up for doubles if he was originally going to go for Saturday only, which was the whole debacle of like, why didn't you put me in a Saturday pool? I thought you said okay, blah blah blah, but I don't really understand why he entered doubles if that's the case. But anyway, so we beat Karna and Wispy 2-1. Game 1 was not close as far as I remember. Then game 2, it wasn't close, and then suddenly like we just couldn't kill their second stocks, and so they took the lead and then just ended up winning off of it. And then game 3 was, I don't remember how close it was. I think it was like relatively close, like we could have lost if, let's say, we got grabbed a finishing touch because it was Diddy Cloud. But either way, really solid team by them. Wispy's a jank-ass Diddy, and he ended up beating Locust actually the next day, so, or whatever. When was doubles? Yeah, doubles was Friday. So we ended up having to do that, and it was really close. They actually played really well, which advanced us into winter semifinals, where we had to play against Wadi and Fatality, the random team that happened. So Fatality going actually Jigglypuff versus us, so we had to play Jigglypuff and Mewtwo, and I think MVD went Diddy, and we won 3-0. It wasn't, like, game 1 was pretty close because I messed up a rest punish, and that ended up being very close the rest of the time. But games 2 and 3, as far as I remember, were not particularly close. We kind of swagged on them. We advanced to winners finals. We had to play against MK Leo and Javi, one of the best teams in the world, if not the best team in the world. And playing against Leo and Javi was like really fun, but really frustrating, because, you know, normally when you play against like X and Cloud, it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna avoid the teammates grabs, because then they're gonna throw into finishing touch or throw into combos, whatever. You know, Leo and Javi are really good at comboing. And so you're trying to avoid that, and you're like, okay, well, I'm at those percents, I'm gonna fight Leo, and then Leo grabs you and back throws you and up smashes you at 75, or I guess Javi up smashes you at 75, because they always know. They got like every single one. It was crazy how consistent they were at it. So it was really hard to avoid both of them, but also aggress onto both of them, but also not overextend, but also make sure that I get damage on them, but also it's like, it was so difficult to play them, but it was like really fun and challenging, because normally me and MVD just don't get like hardcore outplayed that much. So it was like really interesting in that regard. But so we ended up losing 3-0, where we had to play against Nairo and Mistake in losers finals, and this is, I'm pretty sure, the first time we've ever beat Nairo in doubles, or Mistake, or I don't remember if we beat Mistake before, but like Nairo was a little frustrated because he lost his phone, so he was kind of on tilt at the beginning. and just, you know, he was playing a little bit too aggressive, and so we were able to get 30 or 40 or 50% on mistake and then kind of play the one-on-ones. I got a few edge guards actually, even though I like never get edge guards on Nairo. So I was able to slowly do those type of things. Me and MVD were playing on fire, which was kind of a proof of like, wow, Leo and Javi are just that good, because we're playing amazing, because we have been the whole day, even though we lost some games along the way, but we're playing amazing, and the fact that they 3-0'd us in Winners Finals is like crazy. So we ended up beating Nairo and Mistake. Nairo actually went 0-2 game 3, but we were still able to win. And then we ended up playing in Grand Finals, Leo Javi. We're down 2-0, pretty much the same thing, except what like, the fact that I wasn't able to help MVD in Winners Finals and a lot of like the throw situations essentially became MVD not being able to help me in the throw situations. He's like, wow, that's really difficult. I'm sorry for like kind of critiquing you when we were playing. And I'm like, no, that's fine. Then game 3, I kind of felt defeated, so I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna play on the ledge and whatever, you're gonna deal with it. And then we won a game and I'm like, oh really, is that the secret? So game 4 we started doing that as well, but they ended up getting the lead, so I felt a little bit worse staying on ledge, and also instead of FD it was Smashville, and so I didn't really want to, like the platform was there, so I was trying to get platform extensions instead of just being off stage. So it was kind of interesting. And then that game was really, really close, but they ended up winning 3-1. So me and MVD, second in doubles, still very good though. You know, I'm really happy with how we played in general. I'm really happy with like the stresses we overcame, and you know, we found a strat versus Leo Javi. So next time we play them, we are going to know what to do pretty much. Now let's go on to singles. And so my round 1 pool of singles, I had to play against Sero97 first, who was I actually remember, I didn't write it down, but I remember, he was a Lucario main, and it was actually really stressful. Game 1 was close-ish. Game 2 he had the lead, and then I ended up having to bring it back. So it was kind of stressful, even though it was a 2-0. Lucario is always like a scary character to fight against, right? Then I played against Shock Smash, who was he was either Martha Lucina, I don't remember, he was one of them, from Vegas, and he was actually like super happy to play against me. It was really, really nice. And then I played against Moonboy Josh, the Captain Falcon, that I kind of swagged on stream, and 2-0'd all of them, and that is going to put me into my round 2 pool, which was actually really difficult. It was full of SoCal. Round 1 was against TLTC, and I had practiced edge trapping so much versus Palutena on my stream, and I had practiced, you know, all these type of things. By the way, follow my stream. And then when it came time to play him, I just flubbed everything. I was flubbing so much game 1. I still barely took the game. You know, I got lucky that he hit me with, like he jabbed me, read my jump air dodge, so like jump and up aired. And then I got Sour Spot up aired, which I didn't know was a thing for Palutena, so I lived second stock at like 120 on Battlefield when I should not have, or maybe like 100. And I ended up winning that game very incredibly last hit. Then game 2 I kind of got an early stock and was able to play with the lead. And then I got like an up throw thunder at the ledge, so that was pretty nice. So I win 2-0, and then I end up having to play against Aardvark, who I had just played at Leo Saga, so I was pretty confident going into it. Game 1 did pretty well. I'm pretty sure it was like the same as, you know, the Leo Saga game. Then game 2 he started off incredibly strong. He just got a really early lead, and then I had to play catch up against a villager, which is kind of difficult, so he ended up winning he ended up winning that game, so I brought it to Battlefield and was able to win that one. I'm pretty sure decently solid, which put me into top 32, where I was projected to play against Larry Lur, but Larry Lur got upset by Javi in an amazing set, so I ended up having to play against Javi. So Javi, I'm bodying him game 1. It is like, oh man, like I'm just slapping him up. And then it becomes impossible to hit him for the last like minute and a half of the game, so he has this ridiculous comeback on me, like a full stock. And it was just super impressive by him, and so he takes game 1. Game 2, or he banned, what did he ban? I think he banned Triplats, because I'm really good versus against Triplats on Sheik, and you know, Sheik can't kill on Battlefield, so it's kind of difficult unless they get the up smash on the platform, but Pikachu has a bunch of stuff on Battlefield, so he banned Battlefield. I went Lilat, and again, he kept up with me. He was ahead at the beginning of the game, and then conversely, I became pretty hard to hit. I started abusing Lilat stuff more, but at awkward timing, so he couldn't nair my quick attacks, and so I ended up barely winning that game, like super close. And then game 3, he goes to FD because I was banning Smashville, because I'm going to start to ban Smashville versus Sheik, just because FD, you know, I've been practicing combos a lot on FD specifically, you know, in training mode mods, and so I was like, okay, well, if you go to FD, I'll be able to like hit you and just mess you up. And that's pretty much what I did. I mean, game 3 was pretty close, but I ended up winning decently solid, I think. And then game 4, you know, I pretty much started reading all of his defensive habits, because over the course of a set, I do get better and better at that. And so I was able to just like hit him once. Oh, you're gonna bounce fish that way. Run, up air, forward air, grab, blah, blah, blah. So I didn't really give him time to breathe. And so I was able to win that like pretty easily game 4. So I win 3-1 to advance into winners quarterfinals, where I had to play against Dabuz. And I was very confident going in against Dabuz. And then he smacked me the fuck up. He bodied me. It was not, ew. That's like the worst I've ever lost to Dabuz ever, or at least in a very long time, since I've been doing pretty good versus Dabuz recently. Like, even if he's beating me the last few times, like, I'm still doing well. But, you know, his neutral, it was so hard to hit him, it was so hard to keep him in disadvantage. Like, I would kill Luma and then not hit him, like, multiple times. It was actually insane. You know, and even when I did hit him, I was slightly off on a bunch of different edge guards, like just a few frames that he would grab the ledge instead of like getting neutral air and things like that. Literally the only chance that I had at like hope was the last game. I hit him at like 10 and I got him to like 75 or 80. I should have killed him, but I messed up similar to the rest of the set, although I had a little bit more of an advantage string. But, you know, he was also playing super amazing that day. He had just come off the DreamHack win where he played absolutely fantastic. So it was just really, really difficult to hit him, and I wasn't capitalizing enough when I was hitting him. So he was going to win that 3-0 to drop me into losers. And again, still a top 8 qualifier, and I had to play against the winner of Mr. R and Elegant, and I 100% thought that Elegant was going to win because Elegant has had Mr. R's number recently. I think he's won the last three sets or something like that. So I was like, damn, I have to play against Elegant, and I always lose to him at MSMs. And so I'm like thinking of all these things, and then like Mr. R won, and I was like, oh, okay, chic. And granted, I've never beat Mr. R either in the 2 or 3 times we've played. 3 times. One of them was pre-patch, 2 of them are post-patch. And I was like, okay, but I can do this, and I knew I was playing well versus Sheik because of the Javi set, and I played really, really well. I 3-0'd Mr. R. You know, I had an early lead game 1. He brought it back, but then I ended up, I don't remember how exactly I killed him. I might have got a jab lock or something. I got something silly to like end game 1. Then game 2, you know, he was ahead at the beginning and I let him go to FD. And then I got my 0 to death that everyone has seen.
Quick.
Oh my God.
Okay, that's the damage I was expecting to see off of that, and they tried to get it a little more and actually extend it with the spacing of that forward air. Oh my God!
Which was hella good. I'm so happy I got like one of my practice combos, though I did mess up the beginning because it was supposed to be up throw, up air, up air, up tilt, up air, drag down, forward air, grab, down throw, up air, forward air, grab, down throw, up air, forward air. But obviously that's not what happened. But it worked anyway because it seemed like it was a better percent that I did that little reset, so we'll take it. And then game 3, you know, he had that crazy string on me with like the back air, read, air dodge, nair, like run forward, jump back, read my tech in, nair, up smash, which was like insane. It was so good. And then I ended up bringing it back pretty quickly, and then I just, I T-jolted, and he tried to dash attack me. I power shielded it, run up smash. That's what happened. And so I was able to beat Mr. R and get into top 8 for the first time in a while, at least at like a stacked event, because even though the TTS for the PGR changed and now that was an A tier, it would have been an S tier like last season, so I'm like counting it as like the big top 8 that I haven't had in a while. And then I ended up playing against Nairo the next day, and he bodied me. That was like, the 2 sets that I lost this tournament, I got bodied. Granted, against Nairo, I feel like I was just barely off on like 2 or 3 things, and not in terms of like timings, but in terms of like spacing. Like there was times that like I would up smash, get a spark, and then he would paralyzer me and then kill me for it, and then I would have to play against Nairo with the lead, which is a lot more difficult because when Zerasu can be defensive, she becomes a much better character as opposed to when she's just trying to blindly hit you like offensively. So when I was doing really well, and then I lost the lead, and so I lost the game. And then game 2, I was doing really well, and then I lost the lead, and then I lost the game. And then game 3, he just had the lead from the beginning. So he just played really, really well, and I lost. Obviously, I do still think the matchup is in Pikachu's favor. I have not played Nairo in like a year and 3 months. And to be honest, like, I haven't played a day 3 at a tournament in a long time. Especially, like, my brother wasn't there, so I couldn't get a lot of Zero Suit practice the day before, because Mars also wasn't there. So I didn't really have much Zero Suit experience, or practice like that day, unfortunately. And so I was missing some little things. But either way, Nairo played absolutely fantastic. You know, had a really long run in the tournament, only stopped by mistakes with like that weird up B hitbox. But so I think I did really, really well given that circumstance, and also like I'm better throughout the day, and so it was like beginning of day, go. And even though I had played with MVD a little bit to practice, like for maybe like 45 minutes to 50 minutes, and I was playing technically well, but my mind wasn't 100% there, especially against someone as fast as Nairo. So 7th place, not what I wanted obviously, because I obviously want better, but top 8's always the goal, if that makes sense. So I'm pretty happy with that. And you know, hopefully I can continue to do that later. You know, I obviously went to EVO Japan with high hopes, and then I'm going to Frostbite, which should be pretty good, I hope. I like my bracket a lot. But yeah, Genesis overall, honestly, this was my favorite Genesis. Maybe Genesis 2, because we had to go outside and we were playing like tag and stuff for like 2 or 3 hours, which was dope, especially for the Smash community in beautiful weather. But compared to Genesis 3 and 4, Genesis 5 was just infinitely better. Our time was way better. You know, we didn't have a crazy side event that took up a bunch of time like Cruise or something like that. They separated doubles into Friday, which I honestly really like, because you can kind of like stay in a doubles mindset except for your round 1 pool, but as a pro you should really not be worrying about round 1 pools. Then Saturday you get to focus on round 2 pools, top 32, things like that, and obviously top 8's going to be on Sunday. But I really liked the schedule. I really liked the quality of the matches. The upsets were crazy, even though, you know, he did have a bunch of people drop out, which was really unfortunate. It didn't really affect my bracket at all because I would have had to play Larry or Javi and then Dabuz anyway, so whatever. Like, I'm not really too concerned about that unless Zach randomly beat Dabuz again. So from my aspect, it didn't really change that much. You know, I was really happy MVD got top 8 with, he played so well that weekend. Oh my god, the combo he got on Salem. Ooh.
He's like, I'm gonna just roll right through this, man. Oh!
Yo, okay. All right,
we ain't
calm
done
down.
yet.
I need you to calm down.
MVP!
But yeah, I mean, I was really happy with just the layout of the tournament. The venue was great. You know, I like how it's a venue hotel because I can just kind of like go back up. You know, obviously, if you were tired, if I had like 2 hours, I could just, you know, go up and kind of like just kind of chill out for an hour, then like go back downstairs, start practicing, get ready, things like that. So honestly, I really like Genesis 5. It was my favorite Genesis, at least like the modern day Genesis, by like a significant margin. So and not just because I top 8 it, I would have said that, like, I was complimenting the tournament. You know, during the tournament, every time I saw Sheridan, I said that. Every time I saw pretty much anyone that I knew was like really attached to Genesis, I let them know because the tournament was really good. And obviously the top 8, you know, area, like the hall was really nice. And I'm saying really a lot, but it was beautiful. It was amazing. It was so much. And obviously I got to hang out with Fullstream because he got second in Rivals, and then, you know, Plump obviously won, which was insane. He won Melee, both singles and doubles, because he's nuts, dude. Senpai is so good. Senpai! But yeah, I mean, Genesis was an amazing tournament. I hope that next year they keep it in Oakland. They can keep it in the same exact place, and it would be honestly phenomenal. The fact that they had the rhythm games, they had the really good artist alleys that were like, it was in a good place. It was hard to ignore because you had to like leave that way, right? Or go in that way. So you always saw the artists, you always saw the rhythm games, you always saw the arcade cabinets, and then you had the giant Smash area. They even had Splatoon, which was really fun to watch. And obviously they had Rivals, and just the tournament overall was absolutely fantastic. So I recommend going to Genesis 6 next year, assuming it happens, which I assume it will. And yeah, that is going to be about it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, social media, Panda and Parda stuff is down below. I will also be uploading my EVO Japan wrap-up relatively soon. I have a For Glory video for you guys and a Taco Bell tasting video, so you'll be pretty good on content. And yeah, I mean, that's about it, and I will see you all next time. Bye.